in a little circle, and we are live.
We're live.
Hi.
We're live. We're streaming live here. We're streaming live on Twitter, and we're streaming live on YouTube, so you can catch us anywhere.
Yeah, and hopefully KT can get her crap together. We're gonna have a Twitch channel soon.
Yeah. Oh, I hope. Well, it's not, girl. We just need assistance. We need assistance.
I know. Well, it's not too hard. If I just gotta make the thing.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to be an intern or assistant, let me know. Also, I want to let you know today is not Wonder Woman Day. This is.
Yeah, I noticed it's a different cup. What's going on over there, babe?
This is Christmas, because I feel like Christmas is my favorite time of year besides Halloween.
Yeah.
And I feel like I need a little jolly in my life.
A little jolly, yes, man. We all, yes, a lot of jolly. All of us need a lot of jolly. I like your cup.
Yeah, so today I'm drinking out of my jolly cup.
You guys usually see me with these stupid, boring cups, but the reason why is because if people who have nieces and nephews and kids know this, they're always selling stuff for charities and fundraisers. So I bought this tumbler from my oldest niece, and guess how much these stupid basic tumblers are when you do that mess.
Did you just say stupid basic tumbler?
Yeah.
I feel like you just said stupid basic tumbler.
Like with tax, this was like $25. So I do get I use it. It's ugly, but I am using my $25 stupid basic tumbler. Mm-hmm.
Sam, Jessica, and Danielle, our peeps are here. Hashtag Fat TV Crew.
The top three. Booyah! The top three. Yo, yes. And notice it's never like our family members or
I think my mom quit watching.
People who actually are here who say they support it. Okay, we see you. So it's Sam.
I think my mom decided that she's gonna quit watching because I don't know. She doesn't like supporting me anymore. Mama Thomas, you better support me.
Wait, why is she not watching?
She got better things to do.
Hello, you're her daughter, and I cover my boobs now. So why is she not watching? I love her and her support, and I appreciate her. She probably gets really irritated with some of the stuff we talk about. I get it.
Yeah.
But instead of not watching, she should debate with us because we love debating. We love it.
You love debating. I don't love debating. You love debating.
I love debating. Good, healthy debates. Nothing ugly. Keep it respectful. Hey, Rollo. We love Rollo. My mama loves her some Rollo Leonard. I have known him since kindergarten, and he is one of the people who my mom holds near and dear in her heart because he is such a kind, gentle, authentic, wonderful person. He really is. I adore you too. And I thank you for watching and always coming in and saying hi. I really appreciate the support. So I think KT's doing our social media right now.
Like always.
Cool. So today is Wednesday. If anybody caught my show yesterday with my sketch comedy group, I plugged our show yesterday. And I was like, hey, everybody, I got a show. And then I was like, what's today? What's tomorrow? I don't know where we're at. And it was so embarrassing. And everybody was laughing. And you should have seen it's a funny moment. I laughed so hard, I was crying. But we all get passes during quarantine because some of us are still in quarantine. I know some aren't, but why do we have to always know what day it is? Why do we always have to keep up with these things?
Now I sure enough can't keep up with crap.
Girl, you are telling me. So I've been doing something while she's doing this real quickly. And if anybody cares, just so y'all know, I've been doing my best. I started it like a week and a half ago, but I've been getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning. And I want everyone to know it has been life-changing. But here's the thing, I took a break from it this weekend where I was getting up later, like 6:30 or 7. And there's a big difference between waking up at 5-ish and waking up at 6-ish. That hour really makes a difference. So then by Monday morning, y'all, I couldn't get up at 5 anymore. It is so hard. But
really?
if you can get up at 5, it will change your life. So I'm hoping tonight I go to bed at a reasonable hour and I can get up at 5. Does anybody out there who's watching, do any of y'all get up that early? I know some of y'all go to bed that late. Some of y'all are partying. Danielle's always up. Like Danielle Marie, like no matter what time we are texting, messaging, whatever, she is up. And she's like, hey girl. And I'm like, isn't it 4:00 in the morning your time? She's like, whatever.
Isn't that your sister? You're talking about your sister, right?
No, I'm talking about Danielle. Like my sister Danielle she's got some competition with the other Danielle. I'm just gonna say that because.
Okay, I finished my social, so now time for you to do yours. Do a watch party to the Dellany.
Okay, got you. Did you do one in She's Too Fat group?
No, I actually did. I shared it to the She's Too Fat group and did a watch party to mine. If I had my iPad, I could do a watch party to the She's Too Fat group, but I didn't set it up today.
Okay,
Maeve, woo, woo.
So good to see Maeve. She couldn't hear us last week. Was that last week, Maeve? Remember you had to bounce? She was like, I can't. I think the reception was off or something, but I hope that's not the case now. So anyway, yeah. Does anybody out there wake up at 5? Like, is this a thing for anyone besides me?
Well, let me tell you. Okay, so I was doing where I wake up at 7 because 8 is usually my time. I was trying 6 and 7, like get up, do a little meditation or a little yoga, and then start my day. And it actually does work because I do have, everybody knows. I think I've talked about before. I have severe like ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to call.
Is it that severe?
Well, I mean, not like your kind of.
I mean, like, yeah. So yeah.
Hold up before I keep going. Hamza, hi, you're in the house. Woo,
Speaking of early bedtimes, he's always like, what? Yeah. So wait, Rollo said 4:30. So wait, Rollo, do you get up at 4:30 or do you go to bed at 4:30? So Rollo has like kids and stuff, so he's probably getting up at 4:30.
He's probably like, I get up at 4:30. I have 2 hours without any kids. Yes.
Right. Listen, I swear by it, KT. Like, listen, can I challenge you to do it with me, KT? Can I challenge you to wake up at 5:00 in the morning? Can I like?
Let me tell you what happens when I do that. My dogs look at me like I'm nuts.
I know.
I mean, Wookie is the one that wakes me up. Like if I don't get up, he's sitting and staring at me and making noises because he likes to be on his schedule, and so it's his feeding time. But I used to wake up easily, but I put blackout curtains in my room, so now the sun doesn't hit me in the face in the mornings.
Yeah, those blackout curtains. I need some new ones. I don't even know if I have blackout curtains. I just call them blackout curtains.
I got them from the Walmart. Even though I'm going to tell you, I'm never.
Oh, you should. The Walmart.
But let me tell you. So, what helps with me during to make me not have a crazy ADD OCD day is if I do like a meditation right when I wake up, and it's really funny because I feel like I go back to sleep for a minute, but I'm really meditating. But it's not that I'm asleep. I actually hit that plane that is like where my brain actually stops. But I can't do it at night. I have to do it in the morning. You know what I mean? Where there's a lot of people like that, where your brain's like constantly going.
Yeah.
You know? I've tried it at night. It has to be right when I get up in the morning, and then I'll put like my headphones in, or I'll put my phone on with like a meditation from like YouTube or iTunes or the Calm app. I'll set it there. And then I'm still laying there, but I'm doing a meditation. So I'm not sleeping, but it's the only time I've ever gotten that like peace. And then I get up and I have a really good day. You could tell the difference when I've done it.
Well, it's a difference. You're totally right, because I've also been trying to do that in the morning, and it is hard when you do have ADHD. And to be clear, everybody, when KT and I say that we have ADHD, we are diagnosed adult ADHD. We are not just saying it like people like to flippantly say that. We both actually have it. And it's funny to watch us because a lot of times she's on medication for it. And I'm never on medication for it. So we have but then when she's not on medication for it, you get 2 Delany's.
Actually, when I've been off of my medication for a while.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I've been off. I did this when I was a child. Just so you guys know, I was diagnosed in second grade. And I was put on Adderall in second grade. And this is when they were just giving it to everybody. You know what I mean?
I remember that. Yeah.
My mom was like, I don't know why she makes straight A's, but in citizenship, she gets an F. You know what I mean? And it's because, and it was really funny because the teachers would be like, I would be like cleaning my desk, drawing, but I know the answers when the teachers called on me because I'm able to listen while we're doing other things. I read Wikipedia and watch TV at the same time. Just so you know, I'm constantly doing that. But anyway, so when I was younger, I weaned myself off of it. I would be like cleaning my desk. I hear you.
Sorry, I turned the sound on. Sorry, go ahead.
But like sports,
you weaned yourself,
sports really helped me growing up. Like group sports, and I think I kind of was like ADD at that too because I like swam, basketball, softball. I was on like 4 teams, Yeah,
but that's the key though. Exactly what you're saying. My mom, all of us, my mom she is a widow of 4 children. And now we're adults. So she's a widow of 4 adults. But anyway, like all 4 of us were diagnosed with ADHD, just like you, KT. And just like KT said, the doctor was like, Ritalin for everybody. Like it was candy. And my mama was like, oh, no. We're not going to do that. I have another plan. So we never took Ritalin. She put us in every single activity you can think of. She jokes with people these days that she would meet herself coming forward, backwards, like she was in a blur. And she had us in soccer, swimming, dancing, singing lessons, all these activities, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, you name it. We were in everything. And our bedtime, even in by middle school, our bedtime was still 8:00 or 8:30. And she said that she got us so exhausted that we literally would just hit the pillow and we were out. And I mean, that's what it takes. You put your kids in these activities and get that energy out, right?
Yeah. And that's just it. Well, one thing I don't like is like they're taking music and art and as sports, you know what I mean? Like out of the schools now, I mean, I didn't have that kind of stuff growing up. Like, it's kind of funny because I was an athlete in high school. I was from Florida. So you played softball, and I was on a winter league, like high-end softball, like Olympic trial kind of softball. Like we were, we were state, we went out, we played state champions what I mean? We're region, all that kind of stuff. But if I didn't have that, I think I wouldn't have made it through high school. You know what I mean? If I didn't have that to go to. I think that's what you can see. There's the ADHD. I meant to say something and I can't remember.
And you totally lost it. Girl, listen, you're good company. I don't either. I have no idea, but I do know that. What were we talking about? Hold on a second. My grades were awful. So my grades, I didn't get the A's, all those A's, until I moved to New York City. And I went to conservatory where you spend 90 hours a week singing, dancing, acting. And then I got all my A's. So, but no, I sucked in school. But anyway,
that's what I was saying is like, you should definitely like, if your kid is experienced, I understand like, medication helps but I think making sure that your kids are in something besides just sitting in front of a TV. I mean, video games, I understand, but you need to get outside. You need to get, or if you can't be outside because of the weather or something like that, like an indoor, like basketball or something like that. Like, I really am about sports. I really think that our generations after us are not as active as I was. And I'm just saying, like, you need to be more active than just sitting around on a computer for hours a day.
Yes. And I think, KT, that has been the case. But then one of the very few good things that have come out of this quarantine, where everybody was forced to stay at home, the parents, single, coupled, whatever, with their children, they've had to make use of those front yards and backyards if they have them. And I believe that more children have been spending time outside. And the only what evidence do I have? TikTok. you see so many kids of all ages in the front yard, in the backyard, in their neighborhood, and they're really outside, but they're also on their phones. So it's kind of like a hybrid, like they're on TikTok, but they're outside. Yeah, but also sponsors, because everybody is running to TikTok because everybody's on TikTok. So all the sponsors and companies and businesses are always now trying to get in there. But like you're seeing sponsors and ads now sorry, I should say you're seeing them through TikTokers, like lawn services and like fertilizer for your lawn. They're on TikTok, and they've even had trending hashtags because so many people, it gives you a reason to go outside because you're like, oh, this is the TikTok, or this is the hashtag that's trending on TikTok today. I'm going to go outside and use this hashtag that says mow the lawn. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's really smart, and it's been working very well for these companies.
Okay. I would not be mowing the lawn. I hated mowing the lawn.
Well, yeah, I think, here's the thing though. We as women mow the lawn. We know what that means. I mean, we could be taking a shower. We could take a razor. We can mow the lawn.
Always got to take it there, don't you? Always got to take it there.
I mean, haven't you heard that before? I've heard it. I've got to mow the lawn. Yeah.
Wookie's getting mad. Wookie's getting mad at people.
Wookie was like, don't be saying that on your show, Dellany.
Okay. Come say hi. I am building my podcast room in my office, and I'm going to put what do you call it?
Those egg thingy, the foam.
The only room that the dogs are not going to be allowed in. I have a gate already up so that they can't come in. Yes. But let's move on to some of our topics for today. What do you want to start with first?
First of all, and just so you know, in the comments, Hamza's asking about our mask, and I don't know if Hamza is telling us or suggesting that we should be wearing our mask while we're doing this, or what is he asking?
We lost
Wait, you didn't lose me. I'm here. Hello? KTEE? What?
We're back.
Okay, we're back.
I don't know what happened. We're back. Woo!
So, no, Hamza said something about our mask. Like, is he saying that we should be wearing our mask while we're in our homes?
He's probably talking about, if you guys don't remember that Saturday before the craziness went down around us, we said we were giving away a mask.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Remember the purple mask?
I do remember.
I mean, not I, but we are still giving it away.
Okay.
We just have to put up the contest, and because all the craziness that went down after that Saturday.
Oh yes, yeah. You guys give her a break. She had like a building burning like a block from her. That as soon as I showed it.
I was excited. I got to go by the Starbucks. I don't know if you guys saw, like on Melrose, the Starbucks, the building beside the Starbucks that was burning during that whole like craziness that Saturday. But that Starbucks is open. I went to it today. I love that Starbucks.
Did you see, oh my God, we should have made this a topic. You should type in Starbucks Karen. Type it. Can you hashtag Starbucks Karen?
I can.
Okay. Did you see that? Did you see the latest Karen? I think even her name is Amber. So somebody's suggesting that Amber's should be a part of this as well.
Okay. Give me the Starbucks Karen. What's going on?
Okay. So Starbucks Amber, Karen, whatever. She basically took a picture of this sweet kid. Like he looks like a, I don't know, less than college age kid. And he was doing his job. And she basically took a picture of him in his mask. And she said, he's refusing. She said, his name's like, it's not Liam, but it starts with an L. And she was like, this is so-and-so. He works at this Starbucks. She doxed him. And she said, and he won't serve me. He's refusing to serve me because I won't wear a mask. And she said something like, next time I'm coming with the po-po, and then something about health compliance, something or other. But everyone's like, no, you can't dox this kid for doing his job. And it has really turned against her. And what's funny is that she is not shutting off her comments on Facebook. And people are roasting. I mean, they're after her, and they've already gone after her freelancing photography. And she doesn't seem like a nice person, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. But guess what the good news is on all this? He
What?
obviously, this kid doing his job, such a sweetheart. Somebody got the great idea to tip him for not serving her through GoFundMe. And I think it's like $15,000. Like, and I'm like, where are all these people when I needed to get tipped with waitressing? I don't know. But happy for him. And he's so cute. And he's always like, he's done some videos and he's like, be kind, everybody be nice to each other. Thank you so much. But yeah, that I didn't know if you'd heard that. I think it happened this morning or yesterday or something.
No, I did see the one. Well, I saw two things. One thing on TikTok today, I was going on because I was looking at Sia. I don't know if Sia's on TikTok now. And
that's right.
I was looking at her stuff. And immediately this one guy popped up and he was like going after this woman and he was like showing there, here's her here's her license, here's where she lives and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. All right. It's okay if we go after people and show them. Do not be showing where they live and where their license plates are. You can go after people, but don't be doing that because they have innocent children that do not think like them. There's innocent people around them. We do not need to be doing that kind of stuff. I don't believe in that at all. I
don't either.
It's okay if you put somebody, and the thing is like, I understand putting somebody on tape, you know what I mean? But I would never show anybody's license plate. I would never show their address. I would never do that to somebody. Would never. Well, I just wouldn't do it.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I also saw that. And because we are a cancel culture, we're a cancel culture, and we are also very reactionary. I immediately, because I knew he was Black, and I saw that she was white, and I immediately was like, oh no, and I wanted to go ahead and instinctively take his side. However, something seemed very fishy about that filming, right? So I was like, hold on, I need to find out more about this guy because if y'all notice with the video, if you watch it, he started it. There's no evidence of anything that she did before he turned it on. And it's not that you need evidence, right? But it was her state. She looked scared to death. She was visibly shaken. And he was like, it looked like he was coming after her. You know what I mean? And so it was different. It wasn't like the barbecue Karen or Kids Bop Karen or Starbucks Karen. Like, though, I mean, we got to think before we react. Right. And she was visibly shaking. She's hysterical. And she's begging him to please. And she's begging him to stop filming her. She wasn't retaliating. You know what I mean? So it turns out, like, I don't know, he has this whole story, but a lot of people are like, dude, it's making the point you did, KT. They're like, why did you follow her to her house, stand there, and then get her? Why did you do that? Like, that was pretty just ridiculous. And apparently he's someone, I'm going to go ahead and say it just because it's a fact. I'm not saying I'm biased, that he is a Trump supporter or was a Trump supporter. And some people are kind of throwing him under the bus right now anyway. Like, dude, now you care about Black Lives Matter and it's only to be like 15 minutes famous kind of thing. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Is that he's trying to get some coin for his 15 minutes.
Well, this is the thing is like, if we're trying to make a change, we all have to make the change together. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're on one side, if you're trying to make your point on your side, you need to follow the rules too. You know?
Totally.
And that to me is too far. Putting people's kids on tape, I hate when they put celebrities' kids on tape. It's not that, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these kids are stalked, I really hate that.
No, it's true.
They're born into it. They are not the dad or mom that is famous, and I know it's kind of hard. Who was it? Who was I watching? And he was talking about he didn't understand he was that famous. I can't remember, but he said it was something like he didn't understand he was so famous until he realized that people were clamoring to get into his hospital to see his son being born. You know what I mean? I'm trying to remember what I was watching. Garth Brooks. I was watching the Garth Brooks documentary.
Garth Brooks.
Understand it, when he first had his first child, he's sitting there and he's in the waiting room and like he was like they brought security guards in because he didn't understand at the time that culture is so crazy that
Right.
it was, it was like to get the first picture of his child, because that was when he was so international, you know. And I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and put up on what you're watching, because I do want to talk about that documentary a little bit before we go to anything else. But you should watch it. It's on Netflix. But it was just interesting because, like, it is true, and some people are really good at not putting their kids. Some people, like The Rock, he has his children on. John Legend, they put their children on Instagram. It is what it is. But I think if a celebrity or somebody doesn't want their children on, don't be filming them. You know what I mean? If they are intentionally shielding them away from the camera, respect that. You know. But anyway, I wanted to go into this because this is an actual. I'm a big Garth Brooks fan. I think he's a great entertainer. I don't know if you guys like him or not. He was one of the first country artists, like, back in the 90s to really, like, he wrote us. I don't know if you guys know this, but right after the riots happened here, he was here. They had the AMA Awards during that time. And he wrote that song, "We Shall Be Free." And he got very much in trouble for that song. Do you remember that?
I do not.
Yes, because he says if no one else can, I think the line is almost like, if not everyone can love, then we all can. Something about everybody should be able to love who they want.
Yeah.
And the community, that was not that's a no-no, But he also remember there was that big thing during the Super Bowl. He was supposed to do the national anthem, and they wouldn't play the video because the video had stuff of the riots and everything else going on around the world at that time. And he said, you either play my music video during the Super Bowl or I'm not doing he was in his car, and they finally gave in and played that music video. But I don't know if you guys remember that. It caused a lot of controversy back then.
So this is a documentary? This is a documentary you're watching?
It's a docuseries. It's a 2-part docuseries about his life,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Everything is, some people like Garth Brooks, some people don't. I just think I remember him from the 90s. I remember going to his concert, and it was just like the biggest, greatest. It was like, bam, it was like better than Madonna and Cher.
Yeah.
Couldn't be better though. But anyway.
I just keep remembering it like it was maybe at the peak of his career. He said something like, he was asked how much money he has, and he said something like, I've got enough money, enough wealth for my children's 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 children.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like,
yeah,
And it's not, we all know that money doesn't make you happy or ultimately, but like, that's insane money. Like,
remember what he did at the height of his career?
I do not. Why don't you tell us, country trivia lady?
He got a divorce. He did get a divorce. They always say he was cheating because
he was cheating. He was cheating. Him and Trisha Yearwood, they were cheating. Cheaters.
I don't know. They said they weren't cheating during that time, but that's also like the whole, like, what, Angelina Jolie, Brad Pitt, we weren't cheating in their mind. But even he admits when he first met Trisha Yearwood, he said, I've met my wife. So in his mind, he probably was cheating that whole time,
Oh yeah, because cheating. Like, wait, so he was married and he was already saying, I met my wife. Oh no. No.
Like, you know what I mean? But he did. He's like, I did just get married, and I have in front of God and blah blah blah, and I want to, But the thing is that at the height of his career, he quit. Do you remember he retired?
Because he has enough money for his children's children.
The reason he said he did it was that he missed his kids. He missed his kids growing up, and the cool thing is his kids were on there, and they said, I don't think I would be who I am today if my dad didn't take off and do this, and stay with us. And they were on a farm together. There was 2 houses. They didn't live with the wife and him didn't live together. Do you know? But they had houses near each other.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that's kind of cool if you can actually do something like that so that your kids.
I mean, girl, I'm telling you now, I don't know what my future looks like at all in that department, but whatever, if that is a thing for me, the partnering up with someone, whatever that looks like, it's gonna be two houses. It's gonna have to be.
Or at least a house with two wings.
Well, no. It's going to be two separate. Girl, no, it doesn't have to be the same. But here's the thing. I'm saying this, and I know some people will think that that sounds radical, but I am here to tell you that we even have baby boomers who are telling us, don't live with your spouse. Don't live with your partner. Like, live on your own. Like, it's actually, so I am listening to another generation saying, don't do it. Like, and so, obviously it works for some people, whatever. Not all things work for all people, but I just do. It's always appealed to me, even when like I was younger, and I know that people would have really looked at me like I was crazy in North Carolina, but I always imagined that if I am going to do that, it's going to be separate houses. Like, right. Like Tim Burton and Helena Bonham Carter, right? They did it forever.
Yeah.
They did it forever. And now, yes, they're not together anymore, but they were together for years and years and years. And they said that that was one of the things that kept it together for as long as it did, right? So I don't know, something to think about, something to chew on. Is that what people say? Something to chew on? Like, yeah. Okay. So
I really wanted to go into one other thing about that documentary that I really like.
What?
I like the fact, except for the one song, Friends in Low Places, because we know there's always been a controversy around that song. And but I love that in this, and I guess because he had it's like 3 hours long because it's in two parts, that they brought in the songwriters of all of his famous songs. And they were talking about, the process, how the song came about, how, Garth and all that. And I really like that because we never understand that behind a lot of these songs that we love, the artist did not write it. The song, there's a different songwriter. They might not be, you know what I mean? Yeah. They might not be the person that has the face or the charisma to be the superstar, but most people, have to have a songwriter. And so I thought it was really cool to see the story of the song from the songwriter's point of view.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, everybody thinks that Garth Brooks wrote the dance, and he did not.
No, he didn't.
Written by somebody else.
Was it Dolly Parton? Dolly Parton writes everything.
No, it was a gentleman that was at the Bluebird Cafe at the time. But the one thing about a true entertainer, though, is they're able to take a song and make it their own, where you think that that's their song. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, anyway, I really loved the documentary.
What's it called? What's it called?
Garth Brooks, The Road I'm On, I think. It's on Netflix.
Okay. Is it female? Is it a female director, female producer? Is it female? No,
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look at all that. I was just interested in it because I started watching it, and I just really liked, the way they told the story. And Trish is in it, and his wife is in it.
There you go.
Like, it's just like it's. You get all sides of the story,
She's like me. She's like, Garth and I, we're good. We were always good. I mean, after he gave me $100 trillion, I decided to forgive him. $100 trillion.
The thing is I like how she said, the good times I remember is when we were at the arena tours and he was doing sound check, and it was just him, me, the kids, and that's it, up on a stage in a big auditorium, and that was our time. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. Yeah. Like, not everybody experiences that,
Yeah, no, it's true. It's totally true. And as we know, Garth and Trisha, as you remember, KT, they are such nice people, aren't they? We love them. They've been so good to us.
No, actually, what's funny is I've watched his. I was watching them like the other day because they were doing. He sometimes comes on and does just like Winona does. See, this is what I love. Is like I love it when artists go on and like are real. They're not trying to, like, you know what I mean? They're
Winona is totally real, like so real. Yeah.
She should have her own series. Her and her husband.
I'm seeing in the comments that Danielle has finally gone down the Outer Banks tunnel of the Outer Banks, and I'm telling you, if anybody drinks out there, if you, when you start episode 1 all the way to episode 10, make it a drinking game. Every time they say John B, take a drink. John B. It's so funny. I'm trying to.
Outer Banks?
We talked about it on the show a million years ago. No, we talked about it, didn't we? Was it this show? I feel like it was the show. Yes, we talked about it.
On the show.
Outer Banks.
I know you talk about Highlander a lot.
Outlander.
Sorry, Highlander.
Wow.
Oh, look, Ricky's got a drink. John.
So Ricky, John B, Ricky, Gen Z does not know John B the singer. I know that, but I love that you did that reference, John B the singer. It's John B. He's a character on a show called Outer Banks. And it's set in North Carolina, but they filmed in Charleston, South Carolina. So I'm a little salty. But yeah, it's Outer Banks. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit Goonies. And it's a little bit, somebody said maybe a little bit Stranger Things, but I don't see it.
Okay, where's it? Is it on Hulu, Netflix? What's it on?
It's on Netflix, Outer Banks. I feel like we talked about this, no?
No, Danielle said that was your solo show. That's why we didn't talk about it.
But it was on this show.
It was on this show, but it was when you were solo, when somebody had 10
Okay. So I watched a good movie on Juneteenth, and it's actually called Miss Juneteenth, and it's on Amazon Prime, or if you guys get Amazon Prime Video, and it is a woman of color director, writer, creator, and it's about women of color and Black woman, and she was a former Miss Juneteenth in Texas.
Ooh.
And it's her life didn't kind of turn out the way that she wanted it to, and she has a daughter, and her daughter is old enough to be in the pageant now, so it's kind of like she's kind of living through her daughter to get that second chance with the Miss Juneteenth thing, but her daughter doesn't want to be in it, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and she's a single parent, and it's a really, really well done independent movie. And when you watch a project like that, you're doing a couple things. You're supporting independent filmmakers. You're supporting women independent filmmakers, and you're supporting people of color filmmakers. So like it's great. Like it was a very well done movie. I loved it. I recommend it. Yeah. Oh,
I do. Another thing I recommend is I need to watch Miss America.
Wait, which one is that one? Wait,
that's on Hulu with Kate Blanchett during the women's rights movement and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, right.
Conservative woman against the Miss Magazine people and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So my mom was like, you got to watch, because I told my mom the other day she had to watch Watchmen because it was for free for Juneteenth on
so good.
Hulu.
So good.
You got to watch Miss America, and I started it. I have to watch because it got my attention, but I fell asleep because I started at night.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Dogs in the background. We can go to our fat dogs have feelings too, and you can tell everybody about that.
Fat dogs have feelings too. Okay, do you want me to start these off, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So no, basically, like I find articles and throw them over to KT to see what she thinks, but there has been data from a new study that is believed that this social stigma that has been put upon fat people is now also being put upon fat dogs.
Yeah.
So apparently when you go to the vet and you're a fat person who has a fat dog, the vet does not treat you and your dog as good as he would a thin person and a thin dog. Like,
really?
Yeah. So the quality of treatment that the pets receive is basically degraded and not great. Kind of what fat humans experience when they go to their doctors, because like you could cut your arm off and the doctor's going to be like, it's because you're fat. You just need to lose some weight and you'll get your arm back. Or you could have your eyeball hanging out. They're like, oh, if you weren't so fat, the eyeball would have worked out, but your face is too fat. So,
let me tell you, I'm going to tell you something. When I rescued Wookie, and I'm not going to name the rest. I'm not going to call people out, but I was, I rescued 3 dogs. One of them was from one of them was from like a city, what you call it, like the city shelter, and two was from a dog rescue, which is go to the shelter first because they need help first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
I want to tell you what happened. So I had him for a month. I had Wookie for a month, and I was at the pet store where they do their adoption fairs. And this one woman that worked for them told me, she goes, "Oh my God, Wookie's gotten so fat." You know what I mean? And I'm like, he really wasn't.
Yeah.
He might have gained like a pound or something. I mean, you have to watch out with dogs because especially my little dogs, they should not have a lot of weight on them. Right. You know, because it hurts their little paw, either like that. But he like literally wasn't that big. You know what I mean? And I felt so bad for him because she like yelled at him and basically was like, "Oh my God, you're like, I did something wrong." I'm like, no, he was freaking happy. He's getting fed and he's loved. You know what I mean? I might have overfed him a little bit to start, but
right.
No,
yeah.
No, it's I would have. I mean, he wasn't that much overweight. You know what I mean? My dogs have the constant weight. You know, I do believe in not making overweight dogs. You know, because it is bad for them. You know, especially like my little Chihuahua. If she was 15 pounds, she'd be hurt. You know,
right? Yeah.
You know, so but I it just makes me mad. You know, because I've seen people talk to like other people before, like, "Oh my God, your dog's so fat." You know what I mean? And I'm like, ugh.
And then just that idea, that word, the stigma, all of the stuff behind it. It's like mind your own business, and it's kind of frustrating. Hold on, do you hear that? I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Hold on, Elfie, come here. Sorry, dog barking, doors opening. So, Elfie. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh wait, stop.
Oh look, now we're gonna mouth. So I'm gonna mouth what she's saying while she's on mute.
Okay, we did. It's done. I think she's done. Hey. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
So I put that link for everybody to look at. So let's go something that's on that you love to talk about, which is Hamilton. And I'll put the link in while you're talking about it.
Hamilton. I do love to talk about Hamilton. So you would have to be living under a rock to not know that Hamilton, the movie, is coming out, and I'm just incredibly thrilled. It's coming out on Disney Plus just in time for 4th of July. So it's a pretty exciting time because I think at this point everybody has Disney Plus for free. Because remember how Disney Plus offered 1 year free subscription to everybody on the planet? Okay. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I'm still paying my monthly fee.
Well, they should stop that because you were supposed to get a full year. So anyway, so Hamilton, I thought it was July 3rd, but maybe they're going to be dropping it on July 4th. I'm not sure. Either way, the point is that this was strategic because Hamilton, being very, like American and very like political and diplomatic, if you will, or whatever, the whole theme is very much 4th of July-ish like themed. And they're doing a couple things though. So yes, it is entertainment for us to consume and we're all excited about it. But guess what else they're doing, KT?
What?
You know what they're doing. We're filmmakers. They are basically saying this movie was originally going to be put out in the theaters for people to go, for audiences, but this is a test. It's like a test. Like, if it does really well, there's going to be more movies that are on ice right now, that are on hold, that are probably going to get released through streaming. So people, because everyone's still kind of at home, people are wary. I know that like AMC is opening again, but I know understandably that there are some people who still don't want to go to a movie theater. You know what I mean? Right. So, but it's kind of exciting because it's a sign of the times. It's changing. We're going to see what that's going to look like. This is instead of people going in big crowds out with normal 4th of July activities, families are going to be staying in and watching Hamilton. So it's pretty. Yes.
I'm actually going to a friend's house for the 4th of July, but we're doing social distancing. But we'll watch Hamilton that night too.
Oh wait, I thought we usually do 4th of July. What? Hold on.
Oh yeah.
That's become a tradition.
Well, you can come. We'll do July 5th. You can come over on Sunday. Because the Monday is my birthday and I'm not doing anything.
Oh my gosh. Fine. Well, wait, I'm not coming over anyway. Do you mean like come
exactly.
over?
I didn't think you were coming over anyway.
I was like, I'm not invited. So wait, does your friend have a pool? Like, what is going on?
No. It's just a friend of ours that is going to be home alone and kind of needs some help. And so I was like, oh, maybe for July 4th, why don't we come over and do a little cookout? Lift their spirits, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
okay. Cool.
Plus, it's not around people. I mean, I'm going to be around the people I've been around in quarantine, and then we're going to social distance. It's not only going to be like 5 of us.
Are you going to get like?
I usually do throw this big July 4th party because it's my birthday is July 6th. So I
Stranger Things one was so fun.
Yeah, and we go to the pool and we cook out and everything. But we'll do that this, as soon as we can. Again, we'll do that.
Are you gonna do a cookout like with Beyond Burgers and Beyond Sausage? Gimme.
Whatever, Impossible Burger or whatever. I'll get what you need.
So
yes,
good.
we'll do that. Okay, but now we're gonna go to a dark time of our show because we're gonna be talking about that Milwaukee thing that happened. I just want to give everybody a trigger warning. It's a little bit dark and deep. But I'm gonna put up a post and you're gonna explain about it, okay?
Cool. Yeah. So basically this is to help y'all because it's kind of a lot of information, but has like anybody heard about this today? It's been in the news, or at least definitely on Twitter news. But in a nutshell, like the Cliff Notes, 2 Black teenage girls went missing in Milwaukee on Sunday. There was no Amber Alert for this. The police also decided that the kids might just show up again, didn't bother looking for them. So the worried mom understandably decided to track her daughter's phone, and it was near a house it's a house that a child molester lives in. So they called the police, and basically the police still didn't respond. The police never responded to the call. They waited 10 hours. And then suddenly in the house, shots were fired from inside the house to the growing number of people who were standing outside because people were concerned. People were like, those daughters could be in there. This is a child molester, whatever, or sex predator, whatever. So basically, because shots were fired, the police did decide to show up. And then when they entered the house, it's questionable if it was empty or not. They found some bloody shorts, but there was no evidence of the girls. And basically, the police left the scene. They were kind of like, well, there's nothing really going on here. And the good people of the neighborhood did a search party, not the police. And basically, they found the missing teenage daughters, and they found 2 other missing children.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. They found 2 other. So it was civilians who went out and did the jobs of the police. And basically, there's this straight up sex trafficking ring happening, right? And there were dozens of police officers on the scene doing nothing. And it took the civilians to have to do the job for them. And they found the daughters, and they found 2 other missing children.
Oh my gosh. Okay, guys,
and I left out.
Sorry, I put the story in the comments if you guys want to see it.
And I was going to say, I left out that they set the house on fire, you guys. The house was on fire. Like, and rubber bullets were being shot. Like, this is insane. So Check out the story. It's a problem. The whole thing is a problem. Like, it's very multi-layered problems here, and it needs to be talked about. I do think that this is an example of maybe we shouldn't go to like social issues. I always like to, but this is an example of like defunding the police, where civilians came together and did a community watch, and they got work done without, you know what I mean? So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about any of this? Like, it's insane, right? Like,
well, okay, so my feeling about sex trafficking to begin with.
Yes.
There's some sick people in the world. And
Yes.
there's a couple of things that like I feel like besides what's going on right now in the community that the police don't deal with, and that's domestic violence. And we've all talked about that. We do. We have. I don't know if you have, but our close friend that was reason people know about her is because she dated Drew Carey, who was killed in Hollywood Hills.
She's also like a
she was a sex therapist. She helps people out with different things like that. But sex trafficking is so overlooked. It's just beyond. It just mind boggles me, like what people do to people, kids, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I just think we need more resources put towards that than anything else. I mean, trust me, there's a lot of things, but it's just so many.
Yeah.
Thousands of kids go missing each year, and they're put into sex trafficking rings. And I know and the FBI, you look at the stats, and the FBI and the cops are like, man, it's like overwhelmed. Like basically it's like a whacking, or what somebody said, like
the whack-a-mole.
You know what I mean? You put one down, another one comes up, and that's our society though. That's us as a society. We're allowing crap to go on. You know what I mean? There's sick people in this world. And
that's what someone else pointed out, is it's us that we are allowing this. Like on Netflix, there's a Jeffrey Epstein documentary that is exposing, as if we didn't already know. We all know everything this documentary is already telling us. We know, but it exposes that he even had a private island on standby, that other very wealthy, powerful type men like Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, like other men were on that island. Trump, how did I forget Trump? He's always part of this kind of mess.
Because the left and right. See, this is my thing, is that he was on both sides. The left and the right went to the island. You know what I mean?
I mean, money and power doesn't take sides. Money and power is money and power. So so all those men and men we probably still don't know about, who we probably like admire for whatever they're doing, like in talent or skills or whatever. But there's a private island where these young underage girls were being molested and raped. And we aren't talking about it. We're just like, oh, okay.
Well, I'm going to tell you one of the reasons that we don't talk about the sex trafficking ring, why it's not center of everybody's attention. Do you want to know why? Most of the kids are taken out of low-income areas. They're stolen out of low-income areas. It's the same thing about what I was talking about in the Indian community. You know what I mean? Where women are missing there too. And that is all part of it. You know what I mean? That is all part of it. And what even makes me even sicker is us going over to other countries and bringing them here. There's a lot of countries that are known for that. I mean, it's all over the world. It's a world thing. Every continent, every country has a problem with it. And it comes down to the sickness in people's heads. And to me, that's doing something like that to a child.
And the exploitation and sexualization of women's bodies and young girls' bodies. I mean, it's just, we've done this to ourselves.
Right.
And there's got to be a lot of reprogramming and desensitization, the whole thing.
You need to like a girl. I mean, and to me, as a woman, if I had a daughter, it would be a father should be teaching their daughter the same thing, that you don't need to, you are better than your body. You are better.
I mean, a father and a mother, because moms aren't exempt from this. Father
and mother, but if I had a daughter, I would teach her every day that you don't need to be sexualized. You don't have, just because of what you look like, just because what you're wearing, you know what I mean? Don't do it. You know what I mean? Have a lot of more faith in yourself as a person, as your brain, as everything like that. And what sucks is a lot of these kids that get taken into it, they come from families, they're stolen from families where they're in the foster care. Nobody cares about them, so they don't care about themselves. So they think that this is their worth, even when they get 18 and 19 and they can run away, you know what I mean?
Right.
15, they still, and what sucks is when they get older, then they become the person who victimizes because of that, because they think this is the life and I am not worth anything. And so then they do, and it goes, it's a cycle, and it really sucks, and it's got to stop. You know what I mean?
It's got to stop. Yeah. And then, and obviously if you have a son, you would start those conversations with your son early on why women aren't objects and girls are humans too. And spaghetti straps are not distracting in a classroom. Like, it's silly. Like,
I'm not only going on girls too. There are a lot of boys that are stuck in this too. There's a lot. There's just a lot of sick people.
It's across the board. That goes with. I mean, I understand that, and it's facts. Yes. Our society and America. It's not. I don't hate America, but I do. As an American, I am free to express my opinions. But we got a lot of work to do. You know, so
if you live in an area and you think something like that's going on, freaking speak up, do something until somebody comes over there. You know what I mean? Because if you, like, I don't know, I was watching this is like what mind boggles me. I was watching something, I think it was on Vice or something, about Jeffrey Dahmer. And one of his victims, he was like 15 years old. He actually escaped. He was naked in the middle of the street. And this woman had called the cops and said something about it. And the cops gave him back to Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you know that story?
Now that you're talking about that, I remember hearing that before, that he was given back.
This is the issue too. A naked guy in the middle of the street.
Like, what?
And he's 14, and he might not look 14. He might look older. And you're taking this guy's word for it, a white guy. Because this guy, I think, was Latino. You take this white guy's word that this is my boyfriend and we just had a fight and he's drunk. I'm sorry. That was the police officer's fault. They should have taken that boy in. And that's what happens a lot too. And what I'm saying, like, where we're going at, where we are right now in this country is just teaching that police need to be better educated on all fronts: domestic violence, sex trafficking, Black Lives Matter, everything. You know what I mean? There's a lot of training that needs to go into making this. If you want to be on the police force, you need a lot of training, you know?
Like, a lot.
Anyway, that's my you know, I watch SVU. I don't know if you guys, that's one of my favorite shows, you know? And Mariska Hargitay does a lot now. I mean, you know, for sex trafficking and sex rings and all that. She does a lot of like charity work with that, you know?
No, that's good.
Yeah, but it is whack-a-mole. It kind of is crazy that how much just craziness of that is. But anyway, we'll come off of that and my rant on that.
It's well worth talking about, and always have time for that. But I cannot believe, again, we're like 30 minutes and here we are. So
do you want to do our new thing of the week really quick and then we'll go out?
Sure. I always got some obesity. Let's sip our tea. Tea.
So let's leave this on some fun stuff.
Well, it's kind of gossipy, but it's not fun because it's obesity. So, meaning, okay, this actually happened almost 2 weeks ago, but nobody's really talked about it. So I was like, our show can talk about it. But do you know Amanda Counts or LaCounts? Amanda Counts. No, it's Amanda Counts. Do you remember her? We met her at the Curvy Con. That's like, it was like, okay, she's a dancer. She's a
yeah.
Blonde. She's blonde. I think she's still a teenager, like 17 or something. So she's in her own right. She is very established. She's a dancer. She's an influencer, plus size. She's so talented. She's great. So she went on America's Got Talent, like a little bit, and I guess like it finally aired so she could talk about it. But guess what? Like, when she was dancing, and she's already an established dancer, like, she's established. She kind of doesn't even need it. Right. I don't think she does. But anyway, she got buzzed. So out of all the judges, who do you think buzzed her?
Heidi Klum.
How did you know? How did you know?
I just know.
Hey, spill the tea. It's obesity. Spill the tea. How do you know it's Heidi Klum?
I think Heidi is very, very
fatphobic.
What do you call it?
Fatphobic.
Go ahead, say it.
Fatphobic.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, it was her. And she literally had no people. The audience was booing her because
Whoa.
even Simon Cowell was like, I am here for this. This is good. She is good. And he loved her joy. He was like, you have so much joy when you're dancing. So Heidi Klum was very much like, I just don't see it. Like, she was like, I don't see this being the winner. Like, she was just flat out saying that. And it was clear discrimination against her because she's clearly a really great dancer, and the whole audience was pumped. And Heidi even admitted she was bouncing in her seat. She was bouncing in her seat, but she was like, it's not going to happen. That showed her elitism. Yeah, no, it was pretty. You guys can find the segment on YouTube. I'm sure you can find it on Twitter. Go check it out. Let us know what y'all think. But yeah, that's the tea. Heidi Klum. I could say who knew, but I guess we all did.
Well, if you want, I'm going to talk my obesity and talk about what we have been going through as Fat TV with Facebook.
I'm telling you, what is it going to take? We're going to have thin.
Let me tell you guys something. I do spend a little bit of money promoting our show out.
We do.
I'm not going to lie. You know, our numbers come from promotion. You know, we're trying to get out and get our message to everybody. So last week we got taken down. Our ad account got taken down because they keep thinking that we're trying to sell diet pills or before and after pictures, or I swear, or like talk about social issues. Like talking about body parts. I swear, I'm going to tell you. I think it's because our show is Fat TV. I think it is. I think that's what it is because the name of our show. So I wrote a scathing email in the support because I do marketing for a lot of things. So I get higher up in the marketing support. And I was like, let's do this again. I'm going to rant. So a day later, we got our ad account back. But I'm just saying, like, it is really pissing me off. We always get flagged for something.
Yeah, it's true.
Promotion. So
it's true.
Was my rant for that.
You got some tea too. Sip your tea. Sip your tea.
I'm out. Ooh.
Sip tea. We sipping the tea. And that's the tea.
We are way past our time. I know we started late, so we stayed on a little bit longer. But everybody, we love having you here and supporting.
Were we late? We weren't late.
Yeah, we were like 10 minutes late because you and I were yakking before we went on. But that's okay because we're at an hour. We're over an hour. We try to do 30 minutes, but it never happens with us.
Never happens. But thanks for staying with us, everyone who stayed. We don't take that for granted. So thank you.
Please, guys, what I want to ask is if everybody shares this around, get everybody, because we're trying to like get more people to come watch us and to interact with us. Follow us on Fat TV World. Visit our site, Fat TV World. Sign up for our newsletter. We're going to start some really cool things going on. But guys, we love you. Anything you want to say, Dellany?
Join the She's Too Fat series group. I had a meeting with our other producer, Matt, earlier this morning, and we both agreed we got to hype up She's Too Fat group again because our She's Too Fat is always working behind the scenes. Always. Yeah. So the little engine that could.
The little engine that could. So that's She's Too Fat Facebook group. You can also go to she's2fatseries.com within the Fat TV World. That'll take you. If you go to that URL, you can see the whole show. But guys, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Love y'all. Bye. See you.